Here, and it's not too late to understand the safe ways to enjoy fun in the sun. Joining us right now to talk about this issue is Dr. Imran Ali. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Of course, as we just said, talking about skin cancer treatments, what are they?
Well, now what we're really seeing is a new cutting-edge kind of treatment. It's a vaccine for skin cancer, and a vaccine for people who've already been diagnosed with melanoma, the most dangerous type of skin cancer. And if we can see on the graphic, a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between a mole and a melanoma? The melanoma is the bottom, lesion right there. It's irregularly shaped, large. The mole is more, circular, more, well defined. But again, you got to see your dermatologist who's going to examine that. But this new skin cancer vaccine is going to teach your immune system how to identify the melanoma cells. And it will be given to people who've already been diagnosed with melanoma. And it's supposed to cut down deaths by 44% from what we currently have right now. It's in phase 3 clinical trials, so you could speak to your oncology team to see if you're able to enroll in this clinical trial.
Okay, and of course, we all want to avoid melanoma. What type of sunscreens are out there that could possibly help with this?
So the best way to prevent skin cancer is wearing a hat, using sunscreen. And a lot of people don't understand, the scalp. A lot of my older adult patients, they have, they're bald and they have the scalp showing. And that's where we see most of the melanoma, most of the squamous cell carcinoma. So you definitely want to, don't forget to put the sunscreen on the scalp. Sunscreen should have an element called avobenzone. Avobenzone is going to protect you from the UV rays.
Sure.
So you want to look for that ingredient. If you have sensitive skin, you can go with titanium dioxide or zinc oxide if you have a more sensitive skin. But, skin SPF of 30 or more is best. And again, if you're swimming, you want to reapply. It is the single thing that can protect you against melanoma.
Now let's talk about African Americans, people with dark skin complexions, because oftentimes we think, we just go right out there and we hear about sunscreen and we kind of ignore it, but we're susceptible to this as well.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm hearing people, well, I'll go get a base tan before I go out in the sun. Yes, you may not get that red burning that you would get like a traditional sunburn, but the UV rays are still going into your skin. That's what we're concerned about, is those UV rays, which affects the DNA of the skin cells, which can trigger the mutations and the skin cancer. So even though you don't get the red sunburn, you're still exposing yourself to those UV rays, so you're still at risk for skin cancer.
Very susceptible. Of course, my doctor always talks about the sunglasses. They're not just a cool thing, and they are, but it's also a very protective thing.
Absolutely, because the cornea can be affected by those UV rays as well. You can get premature cataracts. You can get something called photokeratitis, which is, the cornea can be, very much irritated. So you want to wear sunglasses, and specifically sunglasses that have a UV 400 rating. That tells you the wavelength of the UV rays that it blocks. Polarized sunglasses, people like them. They are also very good, but the big thing is the UV 400. Look for that label on the sticker on the temple of the sunglasses.
All right, I'll get my sunglasses and I'll do my best to look cool and stay safe. All right, Dr. Ali, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Of course, keep it right here. We'll be right back with more on Good Morning Connecticut at 10 o'clock. Stay with us.